Hello, people. Welcome to Weather Farms Academy and also Kembiwa. I know you always been here to support and also help us. We're also here to encourage you to achieve your dreams and the things that you inspire for. If you're a youth in Ghana or in Africa, any part of Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, all what I entreat you is that anything that you want to do into farming, go into it. It doesn't matter the capital that you have, can be 1,000, 2,000, whatever amount of money. Start something, and by the next day you see that you have made a progress. By the next following week, by the next month, you've made a progress. And also, if you're in abroad and you're always trying to say, oh, I will go and establish something, I will go and do something, this is the time for you, people. Just go and do something. By the next day or by the next month, you see that you have achieved the dreams. And always, as I always say, chase your dreams, right? And money will follow you. So let's move into the topic right away. Why your best keep on dying every day, like 1 or 2 in a week? What is the cause? Because at times you buy all the medications, you do all you can, but the best will still be dying. What is the cause? What is the probable cause? So let's discuss about this. First of all, most farmers force their best to lay, or even not say they force, but at times, because nowadays every farmer wants production early, and there's nothing wrong with it because they invested money in it. Why not get the production early? But put it in this perspective, it's like having a person who is not so mature, and you're pushing him to do something that's mature people have to do. That means you're squeezing the person, or you're stressing the person to do something that he can or she can do. And the same thing applies to the chicken or the chicks. So at the end of the day, they have to go through some series of maturity before even production, where they have the brooding stage, the grower stage, the developer stage, the pre-layer stage, and the laying stage. So it's a process. But at times, because as farmers, we want quick production, or we think like, oh, my best are delaying. We put the best on the on lights or under the lights for them to mature faster. So they're under the lights trying to mature. The second point is at times to the feed that we give them so much energy to push the best to lay faster. That's all good because they want the production. But along the way, the birds are going to develop something we call fatty liver. And fatty liver is where the birds develop, their liver becomes so big, so fat, and the birds continue to do more fat. What happens is that because the birds are not able to have enough time to grow their liver, and also they're taking in more energy and more fat that their body cannot be able to sensitize the feed that they are getting, or the stress of the heat and the stress of not even having enough rest, because you want to develop them faster. So getting to their 50th week, 60th week, 65 thereabout, that is where you see the birds have been stressed at their old age, and because the liver keep on working at their early stages. At that age, when they are mature at the 60th week or at the 50th week, so that they will start dying. Maybe every week you may have 2-3 birds dying. You may buy medication, nothing happen. You may do what you want, nothing happen. And this will constantly happen in your farm. So like by the time you start selling the birds, you may see that the production or the birds quantity has really decreased. So this is one of the factors. Then somebody will ask, Ken, what is the right time for birds to lay? At least 17, 18, probably 19 is fine. If they start laying late 16, it's okay. So if your birds are not laying at the age of 16, what I would say is that don't stress. No, it's 17, 18, 19, it's okay. Don't stress too much about it, because, and if you two, the birds have gone through the normal process, and at the age of 16 weeks, they are laying, it's okay. But at the age of 18, 6 months, it's not a problem, because the birds have gone through that way. And I'll tell you one advantage of when the birds get to the 18th week and they're laying, you see that their eggs will be so big as compared to the bird that lay 18, because the system is fully mature and also helps you to get a price. But I don't say that sit there for the birds to get 25 weeks, 26 weeks before you start asking for production. No, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's okay. Don't stress. If your birds are 16 weeks, you have not seen egg, 17 weeks. Now, 18 is okay. Roughly 19, you should be able to see eggs by that time. If by that time you don't have egg, that means something happened along the way, and maybe you mess up, or the production, something mess up along the way. Don't stress. So you're gonna pick up. The next one that will happen is pecking. So all back to the feed that we give, or come to the nature of the birds. So at times the birds will be pecking one by one, and at times continuous, the birds will be dying one by one, because pecking, not only they peck the head, or they peck, at times they peck the vent. When I say the vent, where they lay eggs from, and this is due to also the fat the birds develop. So when it comes to quickly developing birds, it's very critical issue, because when you let the birds do that, that's what we call the egg binding or ovid. That's where the egg binding, the birds are not able to drop the eggs from to their vent, because instead of them to develop muscle, they have developed fat. So when the birds are laying, they find it hard to lay, because the place is more fat, and if they force it, then it tears up, or it breaks up. Let's say it tears up, right? So there's a lot of blood and a lot of pain. So other birds start to peck on them. That is also the cause of developing the bird so fast, because their body is not able to develop based on muscles, but develop rather on fat. So that is why you should be careful of developing the birds very fast. And that is also a cause of pecking. At times people will call my birds are pecking. Just check from where you started with the birds. Brooding, or they stressing the birds with the light every 24/7. No, there's difference between lighting program and 24 hours, 24/7 light on birds. Yes, there's difference between them. And also, slow coxing. How I could say slow coxing? It's a coxing in birds. If you don't know, at times the vent of the birds will be so whitish. So if you don't take care, it's a slow coxing, like it will not kill the birds right away, but you see the birds will be having very whitish kind of diarrhea with their vent and everything. When I say the vent, I'm talking about where they lay the eggs from. So by the time one will be dying, the next 3 days, one will be dying. Or let's buy some vitamins or antibiotics, and maybe once, and just because until you treat that condition all the time, you're gonna lose some birds. So that's one of them. So slow coxing, pecking, and also or egg binding, which is also the cause of the raising of the birds, and also the fatty liver. The next one that we want to talk about is the CRD. There's kind of CRD when they come into your birds. If you don't control it right, if you don't really take put the whole condition, you just buy some CRD medication and just administer it one at a time. Oh, after that, let's add vitamins to it. They can be still CRD in it, and they're going to hunt the birds continuously. One will die today, maybe once in another week. One or two will die another week. So always when you are dealing with conditioning, make sure you have dealt with the condition to the root, that at a whole week or until 2 weeks, no birds have died in this farm. I'm not saying birds are not going to die. No, even human beings, as we are, we all even die at times. Once it doesn't matter. We don't want the same thing applies to the birds, but you don't want the situation whilst birds will be dying maybe every week 235. I mean, at times you cannot control it because the condition has already getting worse. So the one thing that you can do is to sell the birds later on. I'm not saying what we are saying you have not done it before. We've gone through all these things before. That's why I tell you some of the mistakes that we go through is what I come here to let you know. So this is one of the issues that we should be very cautious about it. And these are the things that a lot of people lose more birds outside the stealing and the some of the things that even is outside. What is the name? The mines coming to kill the birds. All this. After that, these are some of the internal issues that you as a farmer can control them. So all what I encourage you is that be very careful how you raise the day checks. Too quick or too late. Go through the normal process. And most of the feed on the market, don't think it's because they are giving you quick production is all it. That's why at times you can get a quick production. Along the way, the best will be dying because it's kind of really quick one to just develop them. That doesn't mean also buy a feed that also delay your production. No, you don't want to do that. So be very cautious about what you do. Being late doesn't mean that's it. And being faster doesn't mean that you have already landed. And being late also doesn't mean you should be comfortable with it. Operate within a normal range, and as time goes on, learn from it and be good and be faster and develop well. And as I'm saying, the topic is how we lose best every day. What are the things that causes us to lose best every day? These are the top things that I want to teach you, and these are the things that I brought your way. As I always say, chase your dreams and money will follow you. Peace. Shalom.